that's when we start seeing teams really try to pinch. And specifically with jungle, I feel like someone always ends up with kind of a silly jungler. And then it's whoever is going to end up being able to play their like comfort kind of off, quote unquote off meta. I don't even know what that means anymore in Fearless really, but you know what I mean, like something that's not seen as much. I think both of these teams have picks like that for the vast majority of their players, actually.
I mean, you can also look at the mid laners. We got the Viego mid from Quid the other day too. So I mean, both of these teams are willing to pull out a lot of fun picks. FlyQuest kind of made a brand for themselves, specifically with like Bwipo's champ pool in the past.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of AD picks, you might see the Viego again because you already nuked the entire AD jungle pool. Wukong, Vi, J4, like Neferi and Xin Zhao. I'm expecting there to be like Viego. Lee Sin is a pick. Both of them are quite comfortable on. And with Yone being banned, that might be enough.
I mean, same bans for FlyQuest as they had the last time they were red side. The set ban might set up a Gwen pick for Dhokla. Even though it is nerfed Gwen, it makes sense based off that. Nope, they're just going to go Corki. I still think Gwen is available later in the draft for them with that set ban.
Yeah, I don't think it's something I see Bwipo, I mean, especially blinding, but locking in regardless. So we'll see what FlyQuest want to answer with here. Corki, kind of a safe pick, fits into like a variety of team comps. It's a big meta pick for sure. Variety of team comps. Big damage dealer. Ah, the Trundle. Because of that set ban, the Trundle was still available, so Inspire is going to lock that one in.
Yeah, thinking about mid options here too. Hwei is still available, and I mean, both of them are great mage players, so if we're digging that deep into the pool, it's possible.
Akali's still available.
That's very true.
If they find the right matchup. I just think Akali was pretty good in the Trundle.
Yeah, and 100 Thieves love being able to put Quid on like assassin options or anything with a, like the ability to put him, like the game in his hands. If he can find a play, great. If he's on a control mage, I tend to see 100 Thieves suffer a little bit more.
Busio locking in Rakan for FlyQuest, so now they have engaged. Trundle's gonna also make it harder for 100 Thieves to lock in like a dedicated solo front line. If they're going for an engage option there. Although they already banned the Maokai themselves, Sejuani's gone, so not expecting that for River. There's the Gwen hover. I mean, we already talked about the potential of that, so Thieves might just be agreeing with it.
I think so. And then here, it's either support pick because Rakan's already locked and there's 6 support bans just from Fearless right now if they want to make sure they have engage. Ooh, that Silas hover is pretty, pretty nice actually already. Just with Trundle and Rakan already being good ultimates this late in the draft, and it's a melee champion for Quid, I really like this.
I think, Lee Sin, if you don't get your chance to go for an AD jungler here, the worry is that you go in a 4-5 and you don't get an AD jungler at all. So I think it makes sense to go Lee Sin here, but Silas almost certainly is going to be a ban.
I know.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to get that. I mean, I was thinking maybe even Silas Flex if they wanted to put a jungle, depending on what the mid matchup was, but no, the Lee Sin. Hey, I like River Lee Sin. I'm not complaining that we get to see a River Lee Sin.
Hwei.
Yep, there's your Hwei pick that you already called out. How you feeling thus far with that Hwei?
I mean, I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, the problem with Lee Sin a lot of the times is that his damage is straight up in a straight line, so that brother's gonna get feared
if he ever looks for that angle. And it's nice, and I think Fly does a great job generally at being able to protect Quad when he's pushing out a wave, and that's one of the biggest concerns for
There
wave.
we go.
So, yeah, and the Silas gets sent, so.
Taken off the table.
It is what it is. Now you're gonna have to dig
that.
a little bit deeper in the bag there, Quid.
Yeah, I like taking the Renekton away from Bwipo, something he's super comfortable, super confident on. Would have been going up against that Gwen.
Is the Kali gone too, guys?
Yeah, I'm wondering if they banned that. Then I'm trying to think of like what else is on the table for Quid at that point. Like Galio, it doesn't have really a great tool to bring you in.
Love LeBlanc, by the way. I'm just put that out there. But I don't know if he's gonna pick it.
Akali off the table.
But Akali's off the table. I love LeBlanc here. It makes it really uncomfortable for Hwei on sides. And also it's very difficult for Trundle to be able to follow you. It's fine for Rakan, but just putting it out there, the combination between LeBlanc and Lee Sin is very good, but it's just not a Quid pick that I've seen. So
that's definitely a combination from like 2017.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Before everything was about objective fights and late game team fighting, they'd have to win, they'd have to dominate early game so hard with LeBlanc Lee Sin.
Yeah.
But I do see it as the angle. I actually like that pick in terms of the laning phase. Like they'd win the 2v2. I just really worry about them winning the game with it.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that.
I'm just trying to think though, what can actually carry the game for Quid? Because the bread and butter of 100 Thieves is Quid and River carrying these games.
Yeah.
And with Lee Sin, Syndra maybe is slightly better team fighting. It is a pair for Lee Sin.
You have an AP option in Gwen. You could go like the Yasuo special, but like you're going Yasuo into Trundle and Gragas. That sounds awful.
Yeah.
But I've seen those drafts from
Yasuo before.
Yeah. And they've won with them too. Zyra.
Wait.
Lee Sin
walked in.
That's
what I'm talking about.
Quid just totally mind gamed us. All right, so we're gonna see the Zyra jungle and the Lee Sin mid.
Oh my God. Yes. I mean, so when they were hovering Silas, they were just deciding the mid pick.
Yeah.
And they settled on the Lee Sin.
Wow.
Only 100 Thieves.
But it doesn't stop FlyQuest from picking a bunch of anti-Lee Sin champions like the Gragas and the Hwei. So Quid's still going to have a hard time entering team fights. But I do love the switch up in what could be 100 Thieves' last game before LTA playoffs.
And it's going to be so hard for the Trundle now. Like, Trundle walking into Zyra plants is miserable, man. You don't have like a clear target to go at.
Zyra into Trundle is spectacular.
If a team is going to be able to like make this work, it's going to be 100 Thieves, especially Quid and how he works on AD mid picks. He is the king of AD mid picks. Like the Yasuo Yone is what we've always talked about. The Viego is what we seen yesterday, even though we didn't like the composition. Like now he's coming out with the Lee Sin. Like he is such a mechanically gifted player. And my question is going to be who's the better Lee Sin between him and River?
I mean, when's the last time we even got a Lee Sin mid in the league? In any pro play anywhere. I can't remember one in the last like 2 years.
There was a meta in like 2023, 2022 in Jensen's playing, so there are a few picks, but I want to hear the thoughts from the casters in this one. This is a really fun one, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the first Lee Sin mid here in North American Professional League of Legends since the summer of 2021. It was Jensen that played it last. And now Quid is going to carry that banner forward in a must-win game for 100 Thieves.
I mean, I think it's really, really exciting. And if you can actually make some of these crazy picks work, then people have to start respecting them. But as of now,
you don't respect
it? As of now, I do not respect it. Exactly. It's you have to prove it. You got to earn it, right? The Viego is great as far as the laning phase, but afterwards, really struggling in the team fight. And that is my big concern here as well. You know, how will Quid be able to play out those team fights? Because I look over, I see Gragas CC, I see the fear from Hwei, I see the charm, the CC coming through from Busio. Feels very difficult.
Okay, FlyQuest vibes have been high today as they've moved on from Quadmas and now they are celebrating Taylor Swiftmas. Hold on.
She wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts. She check up the man, I'm on the bleachers. Dreaming about the day when you wake up and find me. What am I listening to? Bro, Massu, should we start a group?
That was the theme song for 100 Thieves' demise at level 1.
I would like to believe that those were their comms live as we watch that. As Inspired just barely cannot stop that recall. But I mean, Quid is going to lose his TP and his flash at level 1. So not the ideal start for Lee Sin mid.
No. And River's going to lose his red buff. So Inspired was over there by red buff. He's just going to yoink that thing away as Trundle here and disrupt this Zyra clear, which started on Wolves and is now coming over to the other side, going to be over a ward as well. So Inspired knows that River is crossing.
He's ganking mid?
Yeah, he's just going to go ahead and go gank Quid, who's still only level 1 on the Lee Sin.
Dead.
He has no flash. There's no way out. It's the easiest possible first blood for Inspired.
Clobber him down. Okay, now he's going to re-invade. Just go over back to the blue side because he sees the Zyra went down. So it's his blue side. So you're going to trade blues right now.
And look at it's the vision, right? They had a ward right here. They have a ward here. They have a ward here. They see everything that is happening. Gives them perfect information on how to respond. And this could not have been a worse start for Quid. And it's almost not even fair to judge the pick anymore with how much of a disaster this is. I mean, you lose your flash at level 1 on the invade. You have to TP back. And then you're level 2'd from a Trundle who invaded and stole your red buff and you die. It just doesn't get worse.
Yeah, that's pretty tragic. Also worth pointing out, bottom lane, both of our supports did spin their heals in that level 1 scrap as well, but Eyla also flashed. So the Nautilus, who we know as the dyingest support of all time in pro play, is also now at a you either go in and get your kill or you don't get out. Inspired top side. Dhokla's the target this time. Takes a chomp out of him, slows him down. Dhokla can skip and slash back. Inspired gets him. The last turret shot's gonna make it a 1-for-1, but a nice kill there from Inspired.
Yeah, Inspired's kind of turbo ganking all over the map, so that does give River at least somewhere to go and actually farm. Otherwise, he was gonna have no camps left on his side of the map, so River goes back in here to at least take away the Wolves and the Gromp.
Honestly though, this is huge for Dhokla because we couldn't even get the wave reset. Bwipo is stuck there with no mana and low health, so he gets the kill on the trade after being ganked. He's still up farm with the wave frozen on his side. That is really well done from Bwipo, or excuse me, from Dhokla against Bwipo here. You know, is in such a winning position now. The wave finally does crash, but he's going to be up 10 plus CS at the very least.
Not as bad as it could be here for that top side. Sometimes the death isn't really as punishing as it might appear.
And also, like, if your enemy top laner, your lane opponent, didn't get the kill, which of course Inspired was diving, so he's not going to get the kill, Dhokla's actually like, well, not even my problem, I guess. If the Trundle's not here, like, I actually got mega up on that gold because, you know, he got the counter kill, and it was just the assist here for Bwipo.
Okay, bottom side, Eyla just trying to keep these minions out of that turret range. That one does get... That was kind of strange. The minion, it just turned for a second and the turret shot at once, but then it decided it wanted no more shots. That was kind of weird.
It was waving a white flag.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I've never really seen the turret just get mad at the minion for only 1 second before.
It was his homie. The first shot was an accident.
Oh, okay. It was accidental friendly fire. Inspired is going up here for some not so friendly fire. However, immediately throws out the pillar right back into Bwipo's big belly. And this time around, there is going to be no equal trading as Inspired revisits top lane. Feats of Warfare secured for FlyQuest, 3-1.
Yeah, really good repeat there from Inspired to go back around again. Because Dhokla has no ghost to re-punish here, get another kill on the swap, and now teleport down to the bottom side there for Bwipo. Meanwhile, Dhokla has no teleport, so Dhokla's walking from base right now.
I mean, what can you say about that one? Dhokla obviously gets put in such a tough position off the back of that. That repeat gank paying so many dividends. Dhokla out here. We'll see if there is a smite, so we'll be able to secure it. And Dhokla isn't 6, so no opportunity to look for some sort of a chase down or an all-in.
Okay, Inspired just exits the enemy jungle now, knowing that he does not want to overcommit to this.
Yeah, and that wave still pushing away from Dhokla, so he's going to have to go up in the long lane again, up towards Massu here. But Inspired wants to get back to his camps, so he's going back to Krugs there. Meanwhile, River again, he's got the cooldown on these Wolves and Gromp because he cleared them the first time around, so he has the respawn, has the time to get in here and re-clear them once again.
Bwipo level 6 on the Gragas. Big playmaking tools here. There's a ton of engaged potential on the side of FlyQuest between the Gragas and the Rakan. Over on the 100 Thieves side, they do at least have Eyla on the Nautilus this time to give themselves that go button, but it is really just the single target go button with the Death Charge or the Dredge line. Everybody else, yeah, you have some powerful counter engage with Zyra, but you kind of need people walking at her for her CC to really be effective. Top side, though, the 2v2. FBI is going to be the target. Busio jumps back towards Massu. FBI still loses out in the trade despite the exhaust under the FlyQuest carry.
Yeah, and it looks like the barrier, I think, expired as that Q was coming through there from Massu. So that's, I think, why it looked like such a massive chunk of damage. But while, you know, this is a surprising pick in the mid lane, he has played it before. Unfortunately, has not worked out for him thus yet in pro play.
But that solo queue record is positive.
The solo queue record.
Okay.
That's true. The problem is, it's not solo queue, and he's playing against Quad, who has been very good on the Hwei. So 7-0. And averaging 1,000 damage a minute. It's not your average solo queue opponent.
No.
Yeah, also, he did get, you know, level 1 ganked, remember? And okay, here we got the hook hit.
Nice dredge line comes in from Eyla. Stranglethorns from River as the follow-up. Busio with a battle dance back to Massu and flashes away. FlyQuest's bottom lane duo. Masu's still alive for now, but he almost gets away. It's a 1-for-1 trade as the turret takes Eyla out. So an even trade trade in a 3-for-2 here from FlyQuest. They also lose all their summoners trying to get out of that.
And it's actually even more work for 100 Thieves, you know, because the minion wave here pushed up to tower 2. So Massu will be denied from farming. So it's a good sacrifice from Eyla this time around on the Nautilus. Goes in, ensures that he's going to be able to get the hook. Yeah, it does cost him his life. He can't get back out, but still like makes their time worth it in going for that gank play.
Absolutely. And I mean, I gotta say, you know, the pressure I think was on River to make something happen because Inspired has just been running this whole game, right? This game really has been about Inspired. Steals away the red, kills mid lane level 1, kills top lane, re-ganks when he has no TP, kills him again. And it is just so difficult to breathe, it feels like, when Inspired is having a game like this. This guy, there's a reason why he's won MVPs in multiple regions. There's a reason why he is, in my opinion, the front runner for Kia Player of the Year. And it's games like this where he can just truly take over.
Yeah, and River, you know, while you're on the other side of the jungle matchup, your job is like, okay, I got to make the best of this situation. And he has at least done that. You know, he goes over, clears out, you know, Gromp and Wolves multiple times. So he's at least keeping up his farm on Zyra, which is your main thing. And so with him getting the kill credit on that play, as well as keeping up his farm on Zyra, you do get to this point on Zyra where you literally can just drive by camps. Like, you can clear these things so quickly and you just leave your plants behind to finish them off. So with this champion in the current state that it is, with the recent buffs that the dev team gave to Zyra, it pumped her right back up to one of these just mega power clearing jungle champions. Maybe he'll be able to make a rich play.
Nice kick from Quid, immediately followed up by River CC. That's the kind of playmaking 100 Thieves needs out of this mid lane lead.
They're going to do it to him on quad miss? That's crazy.
On quad miss, and that's
here's your present.
That's
Very quad miss.
For Zyra, you clear your camp so quick, then you get over, he's hovering the lane, he
Extra
flashes in, and yeah, you got your Lee Sin kickback too.
Nicely done. Really well played there. And River now basically behind 0 gold at this point. Inspired does have his Triforce, has been very active, but you know, like you said, River doing the best that he can to keep up, now has been involved in 2 kills, has been farming really, really well. So you're hoping on the 100 Thieves side, he can pay you back in the team fights as well, where this can be a super strong champion.
Yeah, and it is sometimes also liability when you don't have flash, so you do have to be a little bit careful with your positioning on this Zyra, but that combo was so clean from mid lane. I mean, well, let's take a look at it again, because we don't even get Quad an opportunity to flash, because he gets kicked right into the flash route. So out of range, smooth here from Quid, kick, he's still in CC, into the flash route, gets no time to move, gets knocked up, boom, and so Quad is going to still have his flash afterwards now on the Hwei, but that kill going over being quite nice extra boost of money, fully completes the Leandries for River.
And that's the nastiest part about the Zyra E into R combo. If you get hit with that E and then the R right on the center of you, no matter what direction you flash, you're still going to get caught by the knock-up on the R.
And Inspired even uses ult there instantly. He saw River and knew he had no flash, so he throws down the pillar, throws down the ulti. Bwipo starting to really bully Dhokla at this point. Once you have the catalyst, he's looking for the dive.
He goes in, he takes a big drink and just beats him down. Bwipo with the solo kill on Dhokla 11 minutes into the game.
I mean, that is just really well played by Bwipo. Inspired helped him out when he needed it early. And if you ever watch Bwipo play this champion, he'll tell you, as soon as he has Catalyst, if you are not behind, you are winning. And he got the Catalyst. He's getting damage on top of this. Maybe going in towards the Proto Bell for some playmaking. And we'll have to see. But he just chips him down. You have so much sustain. You can just rinse and repeat. Do these aggressive plays. Look for these chips until he gets him into a spot where he can just full-on dive him.
And now they're both teleporting right back up the top side. So they're going to be right back in the 1v1 here. And he does have flash, as we see a bit of chunk damage when Busio is trying to get some deeper vision. But
Speaking of chunks.
You just keep whittling him down under tower. He pushed him in already, so Dhokla's trying to scramble together his CS. But Bwipo keeps chunking him under tower, and with the catalyst plus his passive healing.
Yeah. You just don't have enough damage to actually do anything. And so basically the only recourse Gwen has is in this kind of matchup, you have to be able to look for an all-in. But when you're behind, you cannot. And he even has phase rush to be able to answer the slow from the ultimates.
And he has no teleport. So that recall here from Dhokla is a long walk back, as Bwipo's going to be able to get some turret plate money. And the top lane tower minions here doing some work. That cannon minion is going to go down while he gets his turret plate.
Yeah, Bwipo creating some serious advantages in this side lane. As 100 Thieves find a nice dredge line there onto Busio. He'll be able to get away from that one rather safely. Inspired making his way forward, seeing if there's a punish they can find here onto 100 Thieves. Instead, just clearing out some of the vision as the Thieves back away. Eyla, again, happy to be the one who steps forward to throw down a ward into this brush. He knows he has River right behind him for plenty of damage follow-up, but the Zyra flash is still not available. Bwipo's going to find Dhokla right there again as soon as he rounds the corner. And these interactions, I'm not even going to call them interactions. They are not interactive. The Gwen cannot breathe in this matchup right now.
I mean, it's so brutal. And honestly, when you're in a terrible spot like that, and then your opponent walks out of lane and comes back and he's gotten the honey fruit, it just feels so terrible.
Now here we go again. Bwipo just finds another snappy trade, walks out of range, walks right back in. He forces both Ghost and Needlework from Dhokla. 100 Thieves will at least get themselves this dragon on the bottom side of the map, but that still only ties those up at 1-1. And because FlyQuest has all 3 grubs already, Bwipo's almost got this first turret already fully destroyed before plates fall.
Yeah, he just deletes minion waves. He deletes Dhokla so much that Dhokla doesn't die, but he is going to have to leave every time.
Power's gone.
There it goes. Yeah, River and Dhokla are making their way back up here, but turret's already gone. Still with 10 seconds to spare. That is 5 plates worth of money. That's the whole turret alongside it. That's a nearly 3,000 gold lead here for FlyQuest.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, it's just hard to imagine how Dhokla will get back into this game. The gold lead now, when you're looking at these individual matchups, is pretty enormous. You see Dhokla down at the bottom, just above those supports, but FBI is pretty poor here as well. And it's Bwipo back on top once again. Back-to-back games here where he is really looking strong, and it is in fact that proto belt. So gonna go for some extra playmaking here, and we'll see how he can make that work.
Okay, now he's positioning himself in the enemy jungle here, recognizing how powerful he is. Gonna just take the chance to clear out a couple of wards while that wave is not in a great spot for him to get back into the lane.
And he goes to pick up the blue buff that Inspired counter jungled, so...
Oh, and he finds Eyla there, the dredge line to try to buffer through it, but Bwipo's still looking for more damage. He forces the ulti and the flash out of the 100 Thieves support, but now Bwipo, he goes a little far forward. He does get ignited. He's forced to flash to stay alive, but he does not give up the kill.
And I mean, the funniest part is, it's not like he even has to base, right? He's just going to be healing back up. He's got a blue buff, so he has infinite mana, and he's going to sustain right back up to full. He did get to a little bit too big for his britches, loses the flash there, but...
Gragas is a big boy.
He's a big boy.
Oh, right back into the lane, right back into pushing out the waves. The Rift Herald has spawned, and there is no dragon on the map for another 3 minutes. So this will be the point of contention if the teams choose to fight. Down in the bottom lane, Quid versus Quad. Still just, you know, a slight advantage for Quad in terms of the farm. Honestly, Quid's done a good job keeping up with this Hwei that, like you already pointed out earlier, Isaac, this is a very powerful pick for Quad. Quid goes in, but the point blank fear. Quad's ready to respond to him here with a spiraling despair. Quid disengages there with the Dragon's Rage,
Massu.
but it's not a 1v1 anymore. Massu joins the fight, flashes forward, gets past the Sonic Wave, and the last bit of damage comes in from Quad. Quid falls while 100 Thieves is going after the Herald on the other side of the map. Bwipo thinking about maybe an opportunity here, but no. FlyQuest knows they've got 2 of their men down in the bottom lane. They don't want to overcommit to an outnumbered fight, so they back away, and the Herald belongs to 100 Thieves.
Yeah, both carries on the bottom side getting that kill. It is still going to be mega worth it here for FlyQuest. They're going to get the tower. They got their kill. Yeah, okay, you gave up the Rift Herald, but honestly, you don't really care at all. They are so far ahead in this game. Nobody can answer Bwipo's split push. Inspired's taking away your jungle, increasing some jungle lead here for Trundle, and it just becomes really difficult to navigate the map now that both outer towers are down for 100 Thieves.
And I mean, I agree with what you said, Flowers. Quid has done a good job of keeping up in farm, given the position in the game. But the question is Lee Sin, that's just kind of farming even to this Hwei on the other side, going to have anywhere close to the same value in a 5v5, right? It's going to require some sort of incredible play, it feels like, to really try to turn things around. And there's a ton of pressure on Quid to be the one that finds that play, because the rest of their champions are fairly binary. River is famous for finding these tricky plays, you know, these intelligent engages, but he's playing Zyra, right? Like, there's not going to be that opportunity for him.
And one of the biggest blockers of all time is Gragas. But Gragas Body Slam, this ability is coded to just override everything.
Yep.
It is mega OP for peeling and stuff. So for Lee Sin to have to work past a Gragas and a Rakan to pull off that magnificent play, It truly is going to have to be a work of art.
Well, Bwipo is looking to paint a picture in Dhokla's blood all over this top lane here. He just keeps on chasing after this. Gwen, he finds the knockback there of the ulti. Dhokla is not getting away from this one, and Inspired's even going to come up for some assist money. Never mind, he'll grab the kill himself. 4-1-0 now on the Trundle as Bwipo and Inspired make Summoner's Rift absolutely unplayable for Dhokla.
You know, normally I'm on the side, the top laner should get the kill, but you know what, Inspired? Treat yourself. You're having a good of a game. He has been crushing it so far. He's already got that Triforce done for a long time. He's working in towards a Spirit Visage, and it feels like when you're looking at the amount of AP damage on the other side, this guy is going to be invincible.
I mean, he's been having a good game, a good series, a good split, a good year. Turns out Inspired is pretty good at League of Legends. And remember that winning this series doesn't just make you the LTA North Conference champions. This guarantees your spot in the upper bracket in the cross-conference play against Brazil. It guarantees that you will be going to Worlds. It guarantees that you will be going to Dallas. There is so much to win by winning this series that FlyQuest are now a single game away from and 5,000 gold ahead in that single game. They go after the Dragon. They're starting this one up, but 100 Thieves are ready to respond in force. Bwipo also arrives on the backside of the Dragon Pit. The objective itself down to about 5,000 HP. Bwipo and Dhokla gonna mark one another, but Bwipo's largely unconcerned. He's ready to join up with the rest of the team instead as 100 Thieves look for their angle to approach. Dhokla is inside the Dragon Pit, but he's already used the Hallowed Mist. Busio goes for the quickness. River's gonna be the target as FlyQuest now tries to regroup on top of the Drake. Bwipo's already been shut down. The Drake goes over to Quad and FlyQuest, and 100 Thieves, for all their team fighting miracles, have not found one here. FBI and Dhokla pile in, but they can't get it done. It's a bloodbath, 3 for 5, but FlyQuest win it.
And Inspired is untouched the whole time, just crushing through that fight, but that damn near was a miracle from 100 Thieves. They almost turned it around because River got knocked in to start the fight, and I thought it was going to be a wipe.
Yeah, let's take a look at the origins of it. Okay, so teleport in here from Bwipo on the flank. 100 Thieves see him the whole time with this control ward, so they're kind of marking him on that top side. The rest of the squad, though, is looking towards the Dragon, towards the engage. River moves up, and then Busio's going to go for the charm play here. So Busio wants to get multi-person charm, and Bwipo's going to go in for his Gragas ult to knock them back. As he does, he gets the Gragas knockback on River, yeah, but he gets deleted and immediately shut down by FBI. That ultimate from Hwei popping and securing the objective as well, though, for FlyQuest, then they can kind of run back here inside the Dragon Pit, which barely results in quad living.
Holy, here the goats.
I mean, that was so close as well to almost taking down Quad, getting that additional kill that would have been another shutdown going over. And now, those are the kind of things that you're praying to try to grab. There's a 700 gold bounty on Inspired's head, 350 for Quad, but it's a 5,000 gold lead here for FlyQuest, who are on match point and feel like they are fully in control here. You know, Quid trying to get creative here with these melee picks. Clearly, 100 Thieves really have prioritized in playoffs getting him on these picks. But with all the bans getting thrown towards him, when they have been pushed outside of the kind of more normal mid lane picks, it hasn't always worked out.
Yeah, I really like the second half bans from FlyQuest in this one. Looking at what you thought was a jungle Lee Sin and banning out the Sylas and the Akali to make sure that there was not that standard AP melee mid type of pick for him to go for. But hey, 100 Thieves, I think at this point you're hoping that FlyQuest starts the Otacon. When you're down 5,000 gold, it's hard to get back into the game sometimes, but this big spooky fella right here, he's the ticket.
Yeah, your good buddy Otacon. You can always count on him.
Well, let's see if FlyQuest want to start counting down his health bar here. Inspired is in the area on a 7-1-2 Trundle with Spirit Visage and Trinity Force. The audience immediately reacts to the chomp as the objective is begun.
I will say, River doesn't have flash, and he's playing Zyra. So he steals a lot of objectives, but it is mega hard for a Zyra.
Not so fast, buddy. This is Otacon. You're making some good points.
Okay. The plant lady's going to have to walk in there.
I've seen crazier stuff than that. It could be a Zyra plant auto stealing that Otacon.
That would be the expectation at this point, almost. Tier 1 turret here in the mid lane, barely standing still for FlyQuest, is claimed. That's an objective bounty for 100 Thieves. Bwipo wanted to try to defend it, but he didn't realize they were sending 3 men to make sure that they secured it, so he did have to flash away. Gragas flash being down is a pretty big playmaking tool in these upcoming fights, so Bwipo's just going to have to keep that one in mind as FlyQuest again again. They use the teleports to get back out on the map. They're making sure that they're reinforcing around this top side. They're playing around this Otacon. There's no dragon to fight for the next 90 seconds.
Yo, get that pedal. That double pedal
Pick
in
that thing
there.
up.
That double pedal in there is tilting me.
Kobe wants it right there.
They were just standing next to it. They weren't even doing anything else meaningful.
It's just like, get that
They
flower.
were literally standing right there.
How could they?
It's still there, Kobe.
How did you do this to Kobe?
Adaptive force experience?
It's right there. Well, maybe they'll go back and get it. We'll try to
Maybe
keep an
it'll
eye
grow
on.
into an
I
even
mean,
more
if they're not
big
going to
pedal.
get it when they're standing right next to it. Wait a second. Was
Well,
it a visual bug?
No,
it's still
If nothing else,
That's a real flower.
if they
They're
kill
leaving it there for
Otacon,
us to enjoy,
Otacon
Kobe.
will get it. Okay, Otacon started up by Inspired and Massu. Bwipo and Busio both in the area. Quad is down in the bottom lane, but he does have TP to join up for this, and you can see that teleport already getting channeled. FBI jumps in after Bwipo, who immediately reacts to it. He was expecting this to be the call as Quid goes in, finds a nice kick back with the Quad, but it's not enough to kill him here just yet. Stranglethorns are down. Quad's gonna get killed. Quid's still alive for now, but he does drop. River hanging on at 50 HP. Dhokla charges forward here with a needlework. FBI could be in danger as Bwipo jumps into the back line, but now Bwipo's gonna be killed off instead. Dredgeline from Eyla! 100 Thieves with the team fighting, looking for a little bit more. Dhokla's got to back away. Inspired flashes out. Massu's already got one kill. He's about to find another. FlyQuest still trying to fight it. What a bloodbath in game 4.
And in the end, FlyQuest are victorious. They're going to be able to get the... Wait a second, he got the flower.
He got the flower,
And
Kobe.
he got the flower.
What a crazy fight here. FBI just decides to Valk in, knowing that he did not have his flash. Wanted to get aggressive onto Bwipo, but it's this kick right here from Quid. River there with him. Nice sidestep on the E, but it doesn't matter because the Zyra ult is placed perfectly.
And then when we see Bwipo come in from the side, this is where I actually thought 100 Thieves were going to win the fight. FBI jukes him with the Valk over to the side, and then they kill Bwipo and land the hook. And I actually thought they were going to be able to push for the end, but look how FlyQuest kite back.
Exactly, and look at Massu here, finding the positioning, perfectly placed bullet time, knocks down one, and then the whole team turns with him to find the fight win. Knocks down a couple there, and then finally do it for Kobe Busio.
He got it.
Masui.
Yeah, he saved that by getting into the brush and getting off that bullet time.
Somebody get Dhokla some blood pressure medication. He is, or get Golden Glue that. Sorry, my brain is all scrambled. We've been having a crazy series. Golden Glue is going to need some help.
Look at that
His
FBI
reactions.
damage.
Dude, FBI and Massu, this was a battle of the AD carries right here. 8,597, 6,965.
And FBI was playing with so much confidence. He's just jumping on Bwipo, and he jukes him with the Valk. Definitely some heroics from both of the AD carries. But FlyQuest are now still with this lead for themselves. And remember, they've got Dragon Soul Point, so this is a Cloud Soul. That is very useful for these champions. Trundle loves Cloud Soul. Pop your ultimate. You just get in there. They already like really can't stop him. Inspired is absolutely going to be a huge problem that 100 Thieves are going to have. And if they got
Back to the scene of the crime.
All right.
We're going again, boys.
Here we go. Episode 2. Otacon, the sequel.
First episode.
Otacon Boogaloo.
Yeah, let's do it. 100 Thieves on the approach. FlyQuest dragging the objective towards the lane. Got it down to about half HP, but DPS is proceeding slowly. Dredgeline doesn't find a target. FlyQuest backing away, trying to allow it to reset a little bit. Otacon starts to go home. Now it's 100 Thieves going to be tanking up the debuff. 100 Thieves putting a little bit of DPS into it as FlyQuest now back on the approach once more. Busio finds a knock-up onto Eyla. Otacon down to 3,000 HP at the same time. Redemption summoned up. Otacon down to 500. It's going to be stolen away by Inspired as Bwipo gets shot down. FBI takes the kill credit on that one, but now FlyQuest is looking to go right back in. Eyla falls first. Busio with a beautiful grand entrance. FBI tries to escape and he dodges Severing Bolt. Now Quid's in the middle of all 4 FlyQuest players, but Massu's next to drop. 100 Thieves team fighting is finding angles. FlyQuest with 3 left alive, but Quad with a beautiful snipe onto FBI. Kills him with the Severing Bolt into Airy. It's FBI and Eyla. Traded away for Bwipo and Massu, but the Otacon goes to FlyQuest.
100 Thieves team fighting is just insane, though. They're fighting with a 5,000 gold deficit and at least in mid, but they're still making it work. Inspired, though, on the smite is able to secure this. This got incredibly close. And we'll see exactly down to 500, finishes it off, it looks like, with the chomp there. But this kick later in the fight from Quid turned it from being a complete disaster into allowing them to make it so competitive.
Yeah, this re-engage, they try and go onto Eyla. He gets the mini bumper hook there, still goes down though, instead they're running forward. Quid goes in, quad flashes away, so he took the second one, but we're back to live.
Immediately back on the map, and immediately Quid is the one in danger. There is not enough mobility on any champ to get away from that one. Quid dies, he'll pick up the Sterix from the grave, but now with the enemy mid laner down, and Baron on the map, FlyQuest are making the call for the next objective.
Yeah, Dhokla is bot lane. Will they decide to contest this? Eyla's recalling. I think they're just saying, you know what? We can't do anything about it. We're going to have to give it up. They're going to try to play for some of these objective bounties. They do get a tier 1 on that bot side. The objective bounties are going to fall off soon, but they're probably going to get reapplied, honestly, by the Baron being taken. Either way, though, FlyQuest now here is at soul point, does have the Baron buff on match point. It feels like they've pretty much gotten everything they need to try to turn this around. But Dhokla did just get a massive injection of gold. He's sitting on 2K.
Yeah, and they turned this around, but 100 Thieves are actually behind, and they're still making this look so close. These team fights, they're pulling out some crazy angles for themselves. I want to see if they've got another one left in them, because FlyQuest, they're marching towards the Dragon Soul. 1 minute left on this Dragon Soul now. Can they actually catch Bwipo before the spawn?
Well, the tier 2 turret drops, so Bwipo got what he came for. Now he's got to try to escape all the way out. Body slam over the wall. Uses the stasis to buy a little bit more time. FBI and Quid do a lot of damage. FlyQuest is on the way. Busio jumps in. The quickness into the ball of time. And 100 Thieves find themselves riddled full of holes. Massu picks up a couple. 100 Thieves don't have the damage. And FlyQuest rip them apart.
It's Saving Private Bwipo, and it's Busio, the man flying in with the flash ulti, charms him up, and Massu knocks him down. And FlyQuest are marching for the Nexus.
FlyQuest have a 5 versus 3 for the next 20 seconds. They're changing their target priority, though. They're going to switch back over towards this top side, towards the second inhibitor, instead of going straight for the Nexus. They will be able to secure that one without much threat. 100 Thieves will hold on for now, but that just broke their base and broke their back.
Yeah, now the lead is just ballooned up here. Over 7,000, the gold lead. Dragon Soul's on the map, so honestly, probably adding that one too, but Quid's got teleport. Maybe 100 Thieves go for one last ride here.
Okay, 100 Thieves, this is your last chance. Try to take a stand. You gotta hold on. It's a must-win game. But 7,000 gold lead is so hard to fight into. Now Dhokla already trapped inside the Dragon Pit. Got to be a little bit careful there. Bwipo knocks him right back into the waiting arms of FlyQuest. A stasis for both top laners. Dhokla dies first. Bwipo stays alive. And FlyQuest is ready to reinforce him. Quid and Eyla both die next. FBI on the side can't find any meaningful damage. And only Busio has fallen for FlyQuest. River cannot escape. Inspired and Massu as the misfortune gets a triple kill. And the teleport is coming in for FlyQuest as they look to end the game. They have been the favorite all split long. The starting roster lost a single game together. 100 Thieves miracle run looked like it might have had the magic, but FlyQuest have the skill. They will prove they are the best team in the LTA North, and they are your LTA North Conference champions.